Hey everybody, it's Dr. Sam Robbins. Today I'm going to talk about my favorite topic, which is the 10 best ways to lower stress and the cortisol, the stress hormone. Now, we live in a world with extra stress, and the biggest reason is probably our cell phones, right? It seems like everything's happening instantly, and we're always being bombarded with information from different people, different apps all day long. It's like never ending, from morning till night, 24/7. You get no time off. And this puts your body in a constant state of fight or flight. Basically, your adrenaline, your adrenal glands are constantly overproducing stress hormones such as cortisol, which causes negative changes in all your other hormones, such as the growth hormone, the youthful hormones, and testosterone and thyroids, and so on and so forth. This obviously ends up resulting in muscle loss and belly fat. It increases your blood pressure levels. It causes pain in your joints and muscles, causes poor sleep, causes wrinkles and hair loss, impaired brain function and poor memory. Also, unfortunately, lowers your sex drive and causes erectile problems for guys. It also causes blood sugar problems and type 2 diabetes. It lowers your immune function. It causes fatigue and so on and so forth. Of course, all this leads to accelerated aging, all right, externally and internally. Now, this is such a super important topic for me that I've been obsessed about forever, so much so that in the early 90s, I decided to actually take a prescription drug to lower my cortisol and stress hormones. It actually caused my adrenals to produce less hormones. The end result, initially, the results were awesome, all right? I got lots of great benefits. Unfortunately, within a couple of weeks, my body adapted, and then the opposite happened. Cortisol levels shot up, and then my body just overproduced more stress hormones to compensate. So I then increased the dose of the drug. Again, I got great results for a couple of weeks, and then the opposite happened. Again, balance, action, reaction. Eventually, I figured out there's just no way to trick the body with drugs because drugs are always working against your body. They're not working with it. So I needed to find natural ways to lower my stress and cortisol levels that basically worked naturally with my body and not against it. So my body wouldn't keep adapting and negative changes would happen. And the end result would be, no side effects, it's healthier, and it's obviously easy to maintain long term. Granted, the results obviously aren't as awesome as drugs and is slower when compared to that instant gratification of drugs. However, with that said, today I'm going to quickly reveal the 10 best ways to naturally lower stress and cortisol levels. And I will go into more detail about the 10 ways in future videos. So today's going to be more of a quick summary for each one. By the way, if you didn't already know, my background is in anti-aging endocrinology. Basically, I study hormones as an anti-aging doctor. So yes, I'm far more knowledgeable about all this than the average person, which is good for you and good for me. So this is a topic, again, if you're interested in, if you do have extra stress in your life, maybe you have a lot more responsibilities, and you want to finally improve your stress and cortisol levels, then make sure you're also subscribed to this channel right now while it's fresh on your mind. And then click the bell icon so you'll be notified when the follow-up videos to other stress and cortisol topics are released. So with that said, let's get started. The first thing you want to do is you want to sleep better. One of the best ways to lower your cortisol and other stress levels and hormones is to sleep better. Now, I'm not necessarily saying to sleep more or longer, even though many of us are sleep deprived, and we do need to sleep a little bit more. However, in order for you to sleep better and optimize your hormones, you want to get to bed when cortisol levels are naturally starting to decrease. So it works with your body, which is typically around 9 or 10 p.m. Again, you want to work with your body because what happens is around 11 p.m. or something, around that midnight time, your body gets that second wind, right? You get energized. And that second wind is actually cortisol levels going back up. We don't want this, all right? And it'll increase negative hormones and ruin your sleep and growth hormone and melatonin. So get your body ready for sleep by starting to dim the lights around your home, right? Around that bedtime. turn on your blue blockers on, your cell phone, your computer, and so forth, and maybe take some herbs and minerals and so forth that help you sleep better right before bedtime so you can fall asleep faster and get much deeper sleep, which will produce those optimal hormone levels. And also, make sure you wake up naturally in the morning. No alarm clock, right? Typically, you want to wake up as the sun goes up, which, is around 6 p.m. This keeps cortisol levels balanced and in a healthy range, and it works with your body. And yes, I'll do an entire video series about sleep hacks, since again, this is one of my own personal challenges my entire life. I'm not a good sleeper. Now, in addition to sleep, you want to take supplements. One of the second best ways I suggest people for improving stress levels is by taking specific supplements and herbs and minerals and so forth that have actually been clinically proven to lower stress and cortisol levels. Now, the benefit with supplements is they work immediately, right? They're easy and convenient, which is something we all want, especially when we're under so much stress. Now, I've been using these specific herbs and vitamins and so forth for years and years, and they really do work. Again, I've tested it all. I've tested my hormones multiple times with blood and saliva tests to see if they work, which ones work, and there's always dramatic improvement. So that's the good news. And some of the best supplements that you should take to help improve your cortisol levels are fish oils. There's also two specific forms of Ashwagandha extract. One of them is Sensorol and one of them is KSM 66. You want the combination of the two. There is Relora, there's phosphatidylserine, there's green tea, there's rhodiola extract, and a few other herbs and specific vitamins and minerals that I suggest. Again, don't worry, you don't have to memorize all this. I put a link below in the description area about each of these great ingredients, how they work, the clinical studies, the correct dosages, and the best form and dosage and all that stuff for each one, so you get results and you don't get ripped off, because there are so many bad supplements out there. Now, I personally take these supplements, just to let you know, right after my workouts when my cortisol levels are sky high, and also before bed to help lower them so I actually get better sleep. The process means more muscle, less body fat. Now, the next thing you want to do is lower stressful situations, especially external ones. Now, you can't always control your outside world, but you can help reduce stressful situation externally. This means that you need to stop or at least reduce spending time on negative things in life. For me, this means less news or pretty much no news and no negative media online, right? Interacting less with negative people is another thing. And again, we all have individuals in our lives that are just negative. Instead, you want to spend more time on positive things, positive situations, positive people, positive TV shows, positive information and books. Now, I know this can be addictive to watch all the negativity, and the media knows this, and that's why negativity sells. Just don't fall for it. Just be mindful right now. Keep an eye on how much time you're spending on negative situations, how much you're letting negativity come into your life. All right? You do have control over it. Now, lowering stressful external situations is one thing. Then there is lowering situations internally from within. Again, you can't control the external events all the time, right? But you sure can control the internal stresses you have based on how you react to stress and the meaning you give to stressful situations and events. Listen, when something bad happens in your life, what do you do automatically? Do you go to a bad place? Do you start to blame? Do you get angry? Do you play the victim? Do you keep reliving that negative event over and over again? Because if you do, and most people do, most of us do, all this does is keep telling your brain it's living in the moment, keeps producing that negative stress hormone over and over again all day long, and thus you are at fault now. You're actually causing it. Of course, it's easier said than done to change your focus, and I've got some quick ways to do so, and again, I'll reveal them in a future video. But for now, just try to adapt that attitude of gratitude, all right? It really does help when you get in a bad situation. Be grateful for what you have rather than what you don't have. Now, let's talk about diet. Believe it or not, your diet easily controls stress hormones. This includes the type of diet, the calories, and the foods you eat. For example, I know right now it's in vogue to maybe eat only one meal a day, right? Or go to extreme intermittent fasting. But that causes an increase in stress hormones. The truth is your body, it's only eating one meal a day. It's in survival mode. It's thinking something's wrong. That's not good. Also, blood sugar and insulin helps actually lower cortisol levels and thus fuels your brain and muscles. So being on a very low carb or no carb or keto diet all the time or carnivore diet tends to increase your cortisol levels over time and actually also lowers total and free testosterone levels. On the other hand, the opposite isn't good either. If you have a diet high in processed foods and carbs and sugars and glycemic index carbs and so forth, your blood sugar goes high and goes low. The fluctuation also causes increased levels of stress and cortisol. You also don't want that. Finally, going on an extremely calorie restrictive diet, which many people do, causes massive amounts of cortisol release. You don't want that. So you do lose weight, but a lot of it is valuable muscle, which we don't want. Don't stress your body, all right? Keep your goal slow and steady. Next, you want to talk about exercise. You need to move daily to help balance out stress hormones. Unfortunately, there are many exercises that will increase your stress levels and put additional stress on your nervous system. For example, going balls to the wall, at the gym every day, every workout isn't good. It increases stress levels. Running and other high intensity exercises, long duration, will also cause extra stress on your body. Working out hard every day without also taking some days off and going, subpar levels every now and then also causes an increase in elevated cortisol levels all the time, which kills your adrenal glands, causes a decrease in good hormones. Now, this has been my own personal issue because I've always been kind of like at the gym, all or nothing, right? And I was overtrained, I had elevated cortisol levels, which then also decreased my testosterone. It took me many years to actually correct the balance, and I'll tell you how I've done it in future videos. So you get the benefits without the negatives. However, one simple way is to start off your day on a positive note and go for a brisk 15 to 20 minute walk outside. Get some sunlight, enjoy the nature, listen to something maybe positive for those 15 or 20 minutes. This helps set the wheels on a positive motion right from the beginning of the day and also helps improve your cortisol levels throughout the day, especially at night. What you do in the morning actually comes to show up later on at night. The next thing you want to do is basically be hydrated, all right? Most people are actually dehydrated, and that puts extra stress on your body and actually increases cortisol levels. Drinking coffee and soda and juice and protein shakes and energy drinks and so forth is not how you properly hydrate your body. In fact, many of these drinks actually increase your body's need for more water and actually will cause an increase in cortisol levels. So increase your water intake daily, especially if you're exercising regularly. Maybe add some lemon juice if you don't like the taste of water by itself. All right, you'll like it more. Now, the only other beverage I suggest is green tea. So mainly focus on water and green tea. Another thing you want to do is change your focus. Listen, during the day, you're going to run into stressful situations. At the very least, a few times a week, right? Crap happens. And it seems like maybe every 2 to 3 months, there is a big explosion in our lives, right? Lots of things tend to go wrong at once, when it rains, it pours, or maybe some huge event. Now, when these stressful situations happen, big or small, you need to stop and then change your focus. Instead of focusing what most people do on the problem, you need to change and focus on the solution. You see, most people, they spend their majority of their time and their brain energy thinking about and speaking about and focusing on the problem. They keep reliving it in their head. The problem, the problem, the problem. They keep bringing it up every time they see someone. They basically keep reliving that stressful event over and over again, which your body doesn't know any better, so it keeps causing your body to produce stress hormones the entire time, over and over and over again. Instead, see the problem, right? Something happened. Go ahead and bitch and complain about it, right? For a little bit. Get it out. Then focus the rest of your energy on the solution, not the problem. That's how successful people continue to succeed. Whatever you focus on in life expands. You get more of it. Focus on the problem, you see and feel and get more of the problem. Focus on the solution and you get to see results and move forward and get more solutions. This will then produce positive hormones and reduce the negative stress ones. And you'll have a lot more success and you'll be happier. Another thing you want to do is to give yourself. Listen, sometimes it feels like We're always giving to everyone else, right? We're being pulled in a dozen different directions. Everyone wants a piece of you and your time, whether it's at work or friends or kids or relationships, the bills, the money problems, and so forth. Well, through all of this, you also need to take time out every day and give back to yourself. Don't expect this from anyone else, all right? Don't blame other people. This is your job and your responsibility to give to you. For me, it's like going to the gym. That's my time, all right? That's when I take care of me. I unplug from everybody. I also get in my massage chair, maybe twice daily for about 15 minutes, and I just relax or meditate or put on some cool music or maybe even taking a nap. Basically, to let my brain go blank. I'm rebooting my system like a computer. You need to see what makes you happy and set time aside daily, even if it's 15 minutes or 30 minutes or at least an hour. It's something a day. If you don't plan this time for you, it won't happen because life gets in the way. And don't give me any excuse that you don't have the time or all that BS. Let's face it, you're wasting a lot of time on BS. Stop watching TV or going on social media for hours and having mindless conversations with negative people. You need to reboot your system at least once daily. And finally, the most important part probably out of all this is you need to take action on what you've learned today. Most people barely even watch a video, maybe 2 or 3 minutes, let alone implement what they've learned. Same thing with a book. They buy a book, they read the first chapter. They don't even do anything. One thing that causes us stress in life is feeling lost or hopeless or being confused and so forth. However, when you take action on any goal you want to achieve, trying to fix a solution, you're going towards something positive. And that's making you get progress. That's empowering. That automatically will reduce your stress and increase your confidence. That's what you want. So in summary, listen, there's lots of other ways to lower stress, but I found these to be the most powerful and effective and measurable. Again, today I've listed the top 10 ways to improve your stress and cortisol levels. Pick one and do it. Then pick another one and do that. Stay consistent. All right. Small improvements daily will result in big positive changes over time. Now, some of that I mentioned today is easier to implement than others. For example, taking a 15-minute walk every morning. That's easy. Anyone can do it, and it's free. Some work a lot faster than others. For example, such as taking a supplement. Again, I put the link below to the description about supplements that I use, the benefits, and so forth. Those are fast-acting results. Most importantly, again, rewatch this video over and over again so you can improve your stress levels, live a healthier life, a happier life, and a longer life. And again, stay tuned for future videos about each one. I'm going to go into specific detail. They'll be shorter, but more focused on each of these 10 topics I spoke about today. I will reveal them in the future videos. So again, make sure you're subscribed if you haven't already. Click the bell icon so you'll be notified. And then below, let me know what you found helpful in today's video and what stresses you out the most. Leave me the information below in the comments. And don't forget to visit the important links below in the description area. As always, thanks for watching and have a happy and healthy day.